Number 2, 20 laps of distance, 25 cars called out. As again, we had 50 cars in the pits for the Sportsman division here this evening. They'll go down to turn number 3 and 4. Mike LeClaire looks them over. And don't look like we're going to get a green yet. At it. 2 more features to go after this. We do have our Mod Light division and our Limited Sportsman, and we'll do their feature victory lane after we are done completing our show tonight. Green flag's going to wave off turn number 4. We'll go to racing action. Off turn number 2, they will go. Jordan Karuski looks to be your early leader, the 18J. He'll take the field down to turn number 1 and 2. Dustin Bradley almost got into the back bumper. Bradley had to get onto the binders. That slowed him up, and Jack Meek's going to drive right to the inside. Meek's going to battle for spot number 2 as they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. 3 wide behind them. Ricky Thompson to the bottom. R.J. Tresser to the outside. Eric Nyer stuck right in the middle. He'll be the meat in the sandwich off turn number 4. They come down the front stretch. That battle continues for spots number 3, 4, and 5. Around the outside, they will go down the backstretch. As the field begins to separate just a little bit, Eric Nyer got shuffled out of line, lost a couple of spots. Is back up front. We got a challenge for the lead. Here comes Jack Meeks to the outside of the Karuski number 18J, and Jack Meeks, the Mark Webb Motorsports number 1 out of Evans Mills down the backstretch. And Meeks out to the lead in front of Jordan Karuski. Then it's the 83 of Dustin Bradley as they work through turn number 3 and 4. The number 1R of Ricky Thompson holds on to spot number 4. Mike Fowler, 5th. 6 will be R.J. Tressiter, followed by the 7th place car. That's the 34 of Eric Nyer. Nyer goes to the inside. He'll take over spot number 6. Caution is out on the Speedway. Car stopped at the top of turn number 4, so yellow flags will come out. Turn number 3 and 4. Jack Meeks, your leader, the Mark Webb Motorsports number 1 down to turn number 3 and 4 out of Evans Mills. The Lions Auto Works BB Trucking Ride. Meeks takes him down to turn number 1 and 2. Karuski second off turn number 2. Ricky Thompson jumps up to number 3 spot there. 4 wide, battling for spot number 4. As Remington Ham just came through the bottom of the racetrack. He picked up a couple of spots, and now Ham goes to the inside of Dustin Bradley down to turn number 1 and 2. Ham bottom of the racetrack. R.J. Tresser to the outside holds on to spot number 6 as they work off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Then it's Chris Mackey in number 3. Eric Nyer follows him. Mike Fowler's 410 right behind him. Then they're side by side behind them off turn number 4 as they come racing down the front stretch. That'll be Peyton Talbot to the inside. Tyler Corcoran to the outside of the racetrack as they'll exit turn number 2 down the backstretch. That lineup will stay the same. Josh Rayholm's going to pick up the next spot as he goes by Christian Smoke down the backstretch into turn number 3 and 4 back out front. Jack Meeks down the front stretch. Half a straightaway lead. Now we got a battle for the number 2 position. Jordan Karuski holding on to second, goes up the hill. Bottom of the racetrack is Ricky Thompson in the 1R. Now to the outside. Dustin Bradley back into the mix one more time. Bradley goes to the high side of the racetrack. He'll look to the top as they go through turn number 3 and 4. Squares it off. Looks underneath. The number 18 of Karuski. Karuski holds him off this time as they go down to turn number 1 and 2. Karuski second, third is Bradley, fourth is Thompson, then it's Remington Ham. Back behind him, a couple of cars, 3 cars. Battling is Chris Mackey to the outside of Eric Nyer's number 34. They work off turn number 4 down the front stretch. They will go. That battle will continue. Nyer able to hold him off. He'll drive right back to the inside of Mackey in turn number 1 and 2. Peyton Talbot had it squared off to the inside of Mike Fowler. Fowler's going to drive up on the top side of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Continue to hold that lead. Cross flags are out. We are going to be halfway home. We got a car slow in turn number 1 and 2. Yellow flag is going to come out onto the Speedway. We got one car slow on top of turn number 2, actually rolling to a stop up there. The 01R, Robert Gage, who was involved in a caution a few laps ago, rolling to a stop once again on the top of turn number 2. So yellow flags will come back out onto the speedway. Was able to race his way back into the second spot. Dustin Bradley got under him a couple of times, but Karuski holds him off. He'll hold on to that second spot. Bradley third. Fourth is Ricky Thompson. Fifth, Remington Ham. Sixth belonged to R.J. Tressiter. Seventh is Eric Nyer in the 34. Then it's Chris Mackey, followed by Mike Fowler, Peyton Talbot, Tyler Corcoran, and Josh Rayom as we get ready to go back to green. Meeks is going to power off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Bradley one more time got right to the inside of Jordan Karuski, and he'll take over spot number 2. Karuski's going to go to the outside of the racetrack this time off turn number 4, try to close that gap one more time. But Karuski got shuffled back now as Bradley went by, and Remington Ham came to the bottom of the racetrack. Remington Ham all the way up to the number 3 spot. Down the backstretch, side-by-side battle for spot number 6 and 7 as Eric Nyer has picked up the whip one more time. He'll come to the bottom of the racetrack off turn number 4, looks to the inside of Ricky Thompson's 1R down to turn number 1 and 2. Thompson's going to hold on to spot number 4, and then side by side, Chris Mackey and Eric Nyer down the backstretch. They will go. One car slow down the backstretch is the R.J. Tressiter, number 21, rolled down the backstretch. Tressiter brought out the caution, then fired the car right back up and headed towards the pit area. I'm going down to the drivers on the one-way radio here, so just another lap. We should be able to get the white flag. Get ready to go one more time. Jack Meeks again is going to have to try to survive another restart here in the number 1 machine out in front of the field. Dustin Bradley able to race, go back to green next time around. Behind Chris Mackey would be Jordan Karuski in the 18J. Then it's the number 410 of Mike Fowler, the 14T of Peyton Talbot, the 64 of Tyler Corcoran, and the 621 of Brian Hudson, the 91 of Josh Rayom, the 621G of Trevor Gibbons, the 111 of by the number 18 of Justin Gadbaugh as we get ready to go back to green. As Joshua Pete, the 84P, Jonathan Murphy, the 62, as green flag will wave once again. Meeks off turn number 2 will take the field down the backstretch once again. Bradley settles back in the number 2 spot. 3 wide battle for the number 4 position. Eric Nyer to the inside of Chris Mackey and the 1 of Ricky Thompson. Thompson's going to hold on to the 4th spot, but Eric Nyer is not done yet. He'll drive to the bottom of the racetrack, turn number 2. Mackey to the outside until elected turn number 2 down the backstretch. Peyton Talbot watching this battle unfold right in front of his lap now as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Thompson goes up the hill, opens the door to the bottom. Eric Nyer tries to shove the nose underneath him. Can't quite get there just yet as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Nyer, bottom of the racetrack. Now Chris Mackey's going to get on the outside of Nyer down the backstretch. He may take over that 4th spot, and he will, as he comes to the inside of Ricky Thompson off turn number 4. Thompson able to hold him off, though, as we remain under green. Back up front, Jack Meeks, 4-car length advantage off turn number 2. Down the backstretch, he will go in front of the Dustin Bradley, number 83D, Remington Ham, holding on to that 3rd spot, followed by Ricky Thompson. And then it is the number 3 of Chris Mackey, followed by the 34 of Eric Nyer as they come off turn number 4. Tyler Corcoran side by side with Peyton Talbot into turn number 1 and 2. Corcoran to the bottom of the racetrack, Talbot to the outside. Corcoran may take the spot away as he races his way towards the top 10 spot right now as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Off turn number 1 this time into turn number 2, and Jack Meeks again has opened up a sizable lead, almost a half a straightaway advantage over the Dustin Bradley number 83D, and then it's another 8 cars back to Remington Ham. Parallel flags will be coming out, just 2 more trips around the Speedway as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Chris Mackey again to the outside of Eric Nyer. That is a battle for spot number 5. Nyer looked right back to the inside one more time. Mackey able to hold him off as Thompson holds on to spot number 4. Off turn number 4 this time. White flag is in the air. Jack Meeks drives it deep down into turn number 1 and 2. Lap traffic about 8 car lengths out in front of your leader. They exit turn number 2 down the backstretch. They'll head to turn number 3 and 4. Jack Meeks got to be careful as he heads into the north end of the Speedway for the final time. Off turn number 4, Jack Meeks, number 1, is going to score the win. Dustin Bradley's going to finish second. Remington Ham third. The 4th spot will go to Ricky Thompson. He'll be followed by the number 3 of Chris Mackey, then the 34 of Eric Nyer, the 64 of Tyler Corcoran, the 14T of Peyton Talbot, the 410 of Mike Fowler, and the 621 of Brian Hudson, and the 91 of Josh Rayom, rounding out the top 10 for your Sportsman division winner. Jack Meeks back to victory lane at Can-Am. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Yeah, this thing tonight, you got up to the front in a hurry and never looked back.
No, the car was real good tonight.
Now, there's a bunch of restarts there. What goes through your head with all those restarts?
Just to make sure I hit my marks when I go in the first corner.
And you got a good look at to see who was outside you so you knew what you had to do.
Yeah, I was good in the bottom and I was good in the top. I was pretty fast tonight.
People you want to thank, Jack?
Yeah, Mark Webb's Motorsports, BB Trucking, All Side Painting, and DeLine's Auto Body, and Fast Line Shocks.
All right, congratulations. Jack Meeks back to victory lane here at the Can